Football field. Stan Stevens and Rick Hoyt. It has been an evening, Rick. It's hot. It's opening night. It's everything.
Yeah, everything to do with the first game.
Well, I'm telling you what, trying to get the TV side, the radio side, and everything. All of a sudden, it once just stopped.
With like 5 minutes before game time.
Yeah, well, not even 5, like
right.
4. Anyway, we're getting ready to get this one underway. It's opening night.
Yeah, St. James. Yeah,
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, St. James won the toss, Stan, and they have deferred to the second half, so the Salem Tigers will be receiving the first half kickoff here.
And the Tigers will be in their home blues, their navy blues. A little different uniform this year, Bill. Ricky. They
just
got
a little bit.
Nice numbers, you can see.
I like the number.
Absolutely. And St. James in their red pants, white jerseys, as the Tigers will put Camden deep. And we'll see what's going to happen here to start the season out. You just never know. Can always be interesting. It's a short kick, and it goes down the sideline. It goes out of bounds, and that'll cause the first flag of the year as well. Ball at the 28-yard line, 27 goes out of bounds. They'll move it up to the 35 if Salem wishes.
Yeah.
Or they can make them kick it again.
They can make them kick it again. Yeah. They are going to take it on the 35, looks like, Stan.
So it'll be 1st and 10. And for the Salem Tigers, it will be kind of the same backfield we had last year at the end of the year.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. You're going to hear a lot of the same names. Like you say, there's a lot of returning starters on this team here again this year, Stan.
Garrett Connell will be at quarterback. Caden Camden will be the running back. And we'll have a fullback this year in Devin Atkinson.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They start out in that I formation. Camden, the deep man. He'll get the first handoff. Pretty good size hole up the middle. He'll pick up about 3.5, maybe 4. He is flung backwards, though, by number 29 of St. James, and that's Zachary Achterberg. He kind of stood him right up after a gain of 4. It looked like a little bit bigger hole than that.
Yeah.
Suddenly got filled.
It closed in a hurry, didn't it? Yeah.
Second down, still about 5.5 to go. Tigers need to get to the 45-yard line. Just underway. Nice, brilliant, sunshiny day after lots of rain in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And the humidity level crept up big time. On the inside, here's Camden trying to cut back against the grain, and he'll get a first down as he climbs across the 46-yard line. He'll actually put his knee down right on the 46. Gain of 6 and a first down for the Salem Tigers. Caden with that ball. That little extra skip right there at about somewhere around the 44. And he was able to get that first down.
Couldn't tell if he threw him forward stand or if he tripped.
I'm not sure either, Rick, but he did have kind of a little hop to him there, so he got through there.
Back in the shotgun.
Back in the, we'll call more of a pistol.
Yeah.
And give it to Camden again. Big hole up the middle, and he jumps through for about 7, maybe 8 yards across the 50-yard line to about the 48-yard line. Nothing fancy right now by Salem, just straight up the middle. Tackle made there by number 66 of St. James as he got reached out there, and that is Lucas Morehouse. Kind of tripped him up at the last minute. Second, we'll call it a long 3 from the 48-yard line of St. James. Tigers put 2 receivers to the left side, Mock wide to the left, and Caden Kaufman on the inside. Going to hand it off to Caden Camden again, and it jumps up the middle for another first down. And he did get tripped up there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And again, a nice gain of, about 6 yards. Going to put him 6-yard gain.
Got it.
And again, tripped up by Morehouse.
And again, Stan, like you say, nothing fancy. Just hand it off and let him take the whole opening and go. Yeah.
Right now, the Tiger offensive line is keeping the St. James Tigers kind of on their heels.
Yeah.
So Mock goes wide to the right side, Kaufman to the left. Tigers going back in the eye. Atkinson the up man. About time for him to get his first carry.
Yeah.
No, Connell wants to keep it. Looking downfield, has Mock wide open. Instead goes to Gover, and he dropped the ball. Right at the 35-yard line. Gover coming across underneath. Rick, that's a good play.
That was a good play. Yeah, it was.
I don't know if he lost it in the sun, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It looked like he had it and dropped it.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 42-yard line of St. James. Glad to have you along on KSMO and on Twitch TV on KSMOradio.com. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Just underway first quarter, 9:34 still to go. No score. 2 receivers wide to the right for the Salem Tigers. As Connell barks out a signal. Keeps it himself, but he's going to get away from one man, away from two, and will get back to about the line of scrimmage. St. James sniffed that one out, and they got in there in a hurry, putting him down, number 29, Zachary Achterberg. He did not get fooled by Connell. Connell was fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage, Rick.
Yeah, you're right. He was hemmed in the backfield back there, Stan, but he somehow wiggled away and got back, at least back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down, still called 10 as Kaufman wide to the right, Mock wide to the left. Tigers go back in the eye on the near side of the field. Beautiful field right now for Salem. Nice and green. Looks nice.
Yep.
Back to throw Connell. Not dropping very deep. And gets some pressure. Now gets away. Gets across the 35. He'll be short of the first down. But he'll gain about 7. It'll bring up 4th and 3. Rick, this is that territory that you're not going to punt.
No.
So you're going to go for it on 4th down. We'll call it actually 4th and a long 2. They gave him a pretty good spot.
Didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Right at the 34-yard line. So good play by Connell. Couldn't find anybody open. It's a short drop.
And again, he was in the arms of one of the St. James tacklers again and broke away.
4th and 2. Hand off to Atchison up the middle. It looks like he's got the first down. Looked like he got about 3, Rick, to the 31. And he did get the first down. Okay. So Atchison's first carry, it's a beneficial one for the Salem Tigers.
You said earlier, Sam, it was about time for one of them to try. And like you say, that was a good spot right there because I'm sure that they was looking for Camden to get the ball there.
I would have, probably put about 85% confidence it would have gone to Caden. But Tigers split out wide to the right side. Luke Campbell along with number 10, Caden Kaufman. Mock to the left as Gover checks out of the tight end. 4-man line to give it up to Camden. He breaks to the outside but can't turn away and get away from number 29. He's been on everybody right now, Ricky, Mr. Achterberg.
Oh, yes, hasn't he?
Coming off that linebacker position, a gain of only about 1.5 yards. Just inside the 30-yard line. Tried to get outside him, couldn't do it. Well, Caden had a good year last year, over 1,400 yards in rushing. Really a good, solid year. 7:15 to go. It's been a very efficient Tiger drive here, taking almost 5 minutes off the clock. 2 receivers wide to the right side as Gover back in at tight end. A handoff to Caden. Caden trying to get around the outside, and he does. Caden Camden. I was trying to say Kaufman was giving him a block out there, and I got the Caden something mixed up.
The Caden and the Kaufman together.
Well, there is. And so I was trying to say Caden Camden, and I was saying Kaufman and tried the block. And boy, it didn't come out the way it wanted to. Well, we get the first down on a gain of 9 to the outside, right across to the 20-yard line, right on the 20-yard line on the far side of the field. Tigers will put Eli Newman wide to the right side. Again, Gover checks out of the tight end position. A 4-man front and the center for the Tigers. Keeping it is Connell, trying to get to the outside. Breaks a tackle. He's to the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. And dives to about the 1-yard line, Rick.
Yep. Looks like he was just short, Stan.
Couldn't make it. First and goal from the 1. Broke a tackle at the 17-yard line. Broke another at the 10. Got to about the 4. Got tripped up a bit. Took the dive and just fell short. Halfway through this first quarter, no score. And we may be getting our first water break.
It may be. Down to 6. The clock's still running. There, it stopped. Okay.
Well, I didn't see a flag, Rick, but they're talking to St. James.
Maybe ask him if he's okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe as a mouth guard or something of that nature.
Yeah, he could have had something, that they wanted to make sure his helmet snapped or something,
Well, we do expect a water break here anytime.
I'd say anytime,
Tigers line up Camden and Atchison. They're split in the backfield this time. Actually, go back into a bone.
Whoa.
And up the middle, and a Tiger touchdown. Looks like Atchison.
Yep, Atchison.
And the first touchdown of the year goes to Atchison.
Yeah, he says, Kane, you do all the work and I'll take the glory.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I just need a yard. Coach, give me the ball.
So Devin Atchison on a 1-yard just plunge. And the Salem Tigers get on the board at 6-0. Gover will come in for the point after. Is that mock holding?
It looked like it's what I was trying to see.
I thought it was.
It kind of looked like mock, yeah.
Snap is back, and the kick is drilled, and it looks good. It is good.
Yep.
And Dover is Caden Camden holding, actually.
Okay.
And so Dover with the point after. 7-0 Salem Tigers. 5:35 to go in this first quarter. Good drive, Ricky.
It was a good drive.
Let me tell you, our friends at Town & Country Insurance can handle all of your commercial, personal, life, and health insurance. For a quote, call 729-6624. And the City of Salem wants to remind the Salem Tiger fans out there, good luck and keep safe. Go Big Blue, and if you'd like to reserve a pavilion or where you can hold your gathering, call them at 729-6290. And don't forget, Larson Collision Center has been serving Salem for over 30 years. They do free estimates. All your work's guaranteed. Call them at 729-3915 or stop by 503 North MacArthur. And it's never too early to start your tax planning and tax consultations. Boy, isn't that the truth? Yeah. Let Tax Masters help you start today. With over 40 years' experience, call them at 729-3001, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers.
Well, Stan, that was a nice drive. Took about, 6 minutes and a half almost off the
clock?
Took
half the first quarter
the first
off.
quarter. I kind of thought we'd take a break there, Stan, with a water break, but they did not do it.
No, they did not. So I'm in a query as much as you are, Rick.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, like you say, that there wasn't one taken there. I think Salem has taken one and St. James didn't.
Well, they kind of look like they are.
It does, doesn't it?
The officials,
I
guess they're letting them do it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised, like you say, just didn't, let them give them more time. And hey, guys, take a water break after the touchdown.
So we have Caden Snyder is back there deep on the left side. And on the left side, be number 18, Rick, and that'll be Peyton Maley. Yep. Maley on the left and Caden Snyder on the right. They are the deep men. Kicking off will be Gover. Bradley will tee it up at the 40-yard line. 7-0 Salem Tigers. Don't forget Cardinal baseball after this on KSMO.
Let me join in progress, Stan. You're going to do it
we'll just delay it.
Delay it? Okay.
We'll start about 9:15.
I got you.
They take on the Cleveland Indians.
Gotcha.
So Gover's ready. So is Maley and Snyder. And the kick's going to come down towards, I guess now Maley. He takes it away from Snyder at about the 12-yard line. He is hit at the 20, gets away, stays on his feet, gets hit again, and finally gets gang tackled at the 24-yard line. Number of Tigers in there. Devin Atkinson was the one who finished him off, but there was probably, a good 5-6 Tigers who hit him.
Man.
I know Sam Chase was in on that as well, but, man, there was a bunch of guys that had a piece of it.
He took some shots there. Wow.
This will be interesting as Preston Schmidt, a senior quarterback, and Rick, a little story to him, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing is this young man has never played football before, and I think he's a good athlete, and he's come out here tonight, and so I got to give the kid credit. He's come out and going to give it a try.
Well, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
So Schmidt in the gun, takes it. Try inside handoff, little reverse right off the bat in a big hole. And getting out to the 40-yard line, I believe that's number 8, Cody Wilfong. Or no, make that 5, Rick. That's Caldwell.
Okay. Yeah, Caldwell.
Gavin Caldwell. He had 8 and 5 out there, got him mixed up.
Yeah. Kind of hard to see, like you say, from that distance. Yeah.
So they're going to use a double wing formation with a single setback. So a first down for St. James on their first play.
Bad snap, Stan.
And a bad snap, and Schmidt's in a lot of trouble. He goes down on a 5-yard loss. Didn't happen like that in practice, right, Rick?
No, I think that was the first one back there, Stan. I think it was number 41, Sam Chase, also on the tackle.
He didn't have a lot of time.
No, he didn't. When that snap dribbled back to him, he didn't have a lot of time after that.
Again, a double wing formation, 2 receivers to the left. Gilfong is to the left side. The flag goes down as a Tiger lineman got a little anxious.
Got that 5 yards back, huh?
I think Mr. Brandon White decided that.
He got Tartar steam in his stance, Stan.
Yeah, we need to get this game going.
Come on, guys.
4:20 and the clock moving here at KSMO. 13:40 a.m. You're listening to Tiger Football. Salem leading at 7-0. This one, Will Fong trying to get to the outside. He's hitting the backfield. He's tied up for a 5-yard loss. Again, a number of Tigers in there, Rick.
Gover was in there first, Stan. I don't know who finished him off, but Gover was in first.
Looked like Luke Campbell was the one that got him last, and so tied him up, couldn't twist away. So a loss of 5 for Gilfong, and it's now going to be 3rd and 15 with 3:45 and counting here in the first quarter. Ball toward the near side of the field. They'll go into what I'd kind of say trips to the right. So you expect a pass from Schmidt, and he looks downfield. Fires it out, and the ball is knocked, and is it complete? No, not complete. Ball was tipped up in the air. Almost brought down.
It was almost completed.
By Peyton Maley. He had the ball, tipped it up in the air, just couldn't bring it back down. And as a little bit of pressure by Mock came over there, and also some Eli Newman over there, forced him to maybe hear some footsteps, right?
I think he did hear some footsteps.
So going back will be Logan Sparks. He'll punt. Tigers drop Mock, and it appears to be Caden Kaufman back deep. Now Wilfong moves from right to left for St. James. Ball at the 35-yard line. High snap, and no problem, no pressure. Good kick comes towards Kaufman. He lets it bounce, and it almost hit him, and it ends up stopping at the 33-yard line. Boy, that was dangerous. He tried to come underneath it and then try to back away, and the ball falls, and Salem will have the ball at their own 33-yard line with 3:19 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Salem Tigers. Southwest Baptist University's campus provides you a higher education close to home for the residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. Call them up at 729-7071, 729-7071. And Duncan Family Chiropractic location at 401 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard can handle all your chiropractic needs. Dr. Hamber's there for you. Call her and ask about Juice Plus, 729-2321. 2321, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Connell with a snap, gives it off to Caden Camden, that right guy this time, and he gets about 3 yards, maybe 4. He's still rolling over the St. James player, so he never did go down, and he'll get out to the 37-yard line. He had him at the 35, Rick, and he just kept rolling on top of them, and he never touched the ground.
Wow. 4?
So on the bottom of that pile underneath them, number 68, and that is Dale Hinderhan. He was on the bottom, and he just kept rolling right on top.
He wasn't down yet.
Wasn't down. They stay in the I formation. And again, they give it to Camden. Big hole up the middle, and he got grabbed around the face mask, and his helmet came off. That's going to be major penalty there. That's right at the first down marker. Lost his mouth guard, but he got his head whipped back, and coach says, get back in there. Personal foul, face masking against St. James. That'll be 15 more. So a gain of 7.
Okay.
And a first down on that, and then 15 more yards.
Whew. Well, Stan, they got a good hold on that face mask, didn't they? Wow.
I hope the helmet was on
I hope
loosely.
It was on good.
Well, I hope it was on loosely, so it just came off. But, boy.
Whew.
Yeah, he watched his head jerk back, Rick. That's dangerous.
That was scary, yeah. Yeah, that could be a neck injury. It's a good thing that Caden is okay.
Well, he stayed in the ball game, but he kicks out wide to the left side. They're not going to
get out of there.
Yeah. No, he goes back.
He
goes back there. I'm giving you trouble.
Whoa.
So 1st and 10, and flags go back down.
St. James was a little quick that time.
Well, they are all excited about that last play, Rick, and it's cost them 5 more yards.
I hope it wasn't the same one that ripped the face mask off.
Yeah, I didn't see who reached in there and got that.
I couldn't see it.
Couldn't tell who that was, but boy.
Ooh, that was pretty severe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when somebody's by you and you just reach out and you grab something.
Ooh, that's.
So 1st and 5, they give it to Camden again. He jumps over one and gets the first down as he climbs to the 30. Literally just jumped over that one man and goes down. He's finally taken down there by 29, and Ochterberg is in there again. Rick, man, he's made, I think that's like his 5th tackle.
He's all over, isn't he? Yeah.
2:20 and counting here in this first quarter. 7-0 Salem Tigers. Bradley Gover checks out, so Salem will go with 3 wide receivers here. They'll bring in Luke Campbell. He'll go wide to the right side. He'll be out there with Caden Kaufman, and Mock will come wide to the left. Tigers kind of stay in that pistol, and they're going to give it to Camden on a delay. That didn't really work.
No.
He was brought down by 34, James Altus, after getting back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a foot or two, but
didn't get that kickoff block on the outside stand. He come untouched and make that tackle.
2nd and 11. That little delay didn't work.
No.
As Gover comes back in. Beautiful evening right now after it's cleared out. Rick, the humidity's starting to go down just a little, but nice crowd on hand for opening night.
Yeah, big crowd, really. Yeah.
2nd down and 11. They stay in that I formation. As Connell goes back, he'll roll to the left side. Wants to fire it deep as Mock all around. He's out there and he's got it at the goal line.
Gonna put him on the one.
They put him at the 1-yard line. Nice pass by Connell, and Mock out jumped the defender. Brought it down at the 1, 1st and goal for the Salem Tigers. I believe that was a 30-yard pass.
I got a 30 out.
It's going to say 29, but they moved him back a yard.
If he didn't have that defender there standing, he just would have fell into the end zone. But like I say, he had to kind of come back for the ball just a little bit.
Yes, he did. It was a little bit underthrown.
Yeah.
So the Tigers go back to the bone. Right at the goal line. Connell keeps it, rolls, now wants to throw the ball quickly, tosses it out, touchdown. Flips it out to Atchison, and he gets his 2nd. So David Atchison has 2 touchdowns on 1 yard.
He's got 1 receiving and 1 rushing.
With 47 seconds left, Atchison from Connell looked like, I thought, actually, that Garrett was going to try and bootleg it.
I did too. I think that's what he wanted to do.
And then he just flipped it out and completed the pass as Gover comes in for the point after. It's 13-0 Salem. Yeah, it was good coverage, too.
He did, yeah.
As St. James had bottled that all up. Gover's point after. Pulls it a little bit, but it's good.
Got a flag down, Stan.
But a flag is down, as Rick said.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
And that'll be instituted on the kickoff.
Yep.
So the point after by Gover is good. It's 14-0. And the Tigers have come out here using mostly the legs, Rick, but the passing game, last 2, have been nice.
Yeah, they have. And like I say, it looked like say if he would have given Mock another yard stand on that pass, that would have been completed for the touchdown.
Well, the Salem Tigers have a 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. They'll kick off again. Little water break now for both teams. And so while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. So 14-0 Salem Tigers. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Radio. We are back as the Tigers are ready to kick off. Do want to tell you, for your financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Joe Brand of Edward Jones at 729-3831 and set up a time to sit down with him. Joe Brand of Edward Jones, member SIPC. And call Calvin Malone at American Family Insurance for all your insurance needs. He can help you out. He's located at 1104A South Main Street. Or call 729-5165. That's American Family Insurance, where they're marking off the roughing the kicker penalty.
Yep.
And it was a personal foul. So these guys are...
They're getting some yardies on penalties, ain't they?
Yeah. They're getting with it.
Yeah.
This will put St. James deep in their own zone. And so back goes Gover, and he kicks this one into the end zone. It'll come out where they'll just tee it up. He almost thought he might pooch it.
I thought he would pooch that one, yeah.
But didn't do it. Do want to tell you, And when it comes to heating or cooling your home, Victor Heating and Cooling LLC can take care of you, your Lennox dealer and your water furnace dealer. Stop by 301 East 4th Street or call them 729-4332. Check the furnace now. You don't want to have to check it when it's needed.
Don't do it too late. Yeah.
No. And Decker Pro Exteriors LLC can do a lot of things. They can power wash your house, your business, roof washing, fleet, farm equipment washing, concrete, deck cleaning, and more. Call Jake at 247-3395, 247-3395. Schmidt will hand that one off to big number 5, trying to turn that corner. And getting that ball, Gavin Caldwell, he'll get 4.
What are they going to give him, Stan, for?
Yep, about 4. Okay. Camden took him down out there, and they tried to get around the outside. A long run for a short gain.
Yeah, he come all the way around. You're right, Stan. 25 seconds here to go in the quarter, Stan.
St. James got some pretty big kids out there. Right now they got 4 guys in the pattern, Rick.
Yeah, they do.
As Schmidt will stand back there all by himself. And will hand that ball off. No, he keeps it himself. Good fake. And he loses the football, goes out of bounds into his arms of a teammate, out of bounds, but it'll be enough for a first down. As that ball went out of bounds at the 31. So he'll gain 6.5, almost 7 yards, but it's a first down when the fumble went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're trying to, they may be wanting to move it back.
You don't move it back. It's where the ball goes out.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
What he was doing in there, saying moving it back. I didn't understand that one. Okay, I got you, Stan.
Well, it's first down, but at the time it's run out of the quarter, and the officials don't know it yet.
Oh, they're going to.
They put 1 second back. 1 second.
I guess they did put 1 second on it, didn't they? Okay.
Okay, so not over yet. 1 play left. Again, 2x2s on the receiving core. Schmidt keeps it himself again and gets hit right at the 30-yard line and falls forward to the 31. And very little gain as Tigers really did a good job of reading that. And with that tackle was Easton May. And that requires us to take a break, Rick. 1 quarter in, 14-0. Salem Tigers will come back in a minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Radio. Salem leading at 14-0. Do want to tell you that Salem Farm Equipment at 1807 South Main Street in Salem is your local Vermeer dealer. If your hay equipment works hard for you, make sure it's ready. Call Salem Farm Equipment 729-3458, 729-3458. Schmidt in the gun, taking it, handing that ball off to number 33. He's got a big hole there, fullback, and he did a good job of getting out there. Levi Hudo. His first carry of the night, and he gets about 7. Almost 8. Give him a mark down to the 39-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 1 as Hudo comes in. He's their single setback now. They've had 2 different guys back there, Will Fong and Caldwell. Now Hudo, he's in the game. 2 wings. And they're going to hit it off to the wing again. This is Caldwell, and he's going to get very close to a first down. Rick, I think he's got it.
He's got it too, yeah. Yep.
Taken down there by Kaufman, also coming up. May came in there, and also on the backside for the Salem Tigers, number 41, Sam Chase. But it's enough for a first down, but not by much.
Not by much.
That is their 3rd first down this first half. On a clear skied night after nothing but clouds all day long.
Kind of cloudy and a little drizzle and a little bit of rain.
Then we got some nice rain there.
Yeah, we did.
And it got humid as all get out.
After that, it was, whoo.
On the near side of the field, in motion, Caldwell back. Give it off to Hudo. Hudo up the middle, breaks a tackle and dives to the 50. A good run by Hudo. Tigers just couldn't corral him at the line. He'll pick up about 6, maybe 7. They'll put him down to the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and there is a St. James Tiger player down in the backfield. I believe that's Caldwell, Rick.
It is, Dan. Yep, number 5.
He blocked somebody. I saw him block him, but then he kind of looked like he was okay and then just kind of went down.
Yeah.
So there'll be an injury timeout here while they take a look at the player who is Caldwell on the field for St. James, and we'll take a 30-second break and come back 14-0 Salem Tigers on 2 Devin Atchison touchdowns. We'll come back in 30. This is Tiger Football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio. Caldwell is back on his feet. He's walking off the field, but he is limping majorly on his left knee.
Yeah, very gingerly standing. Like I say, yeah, you've seen that too. That he had a big brace on that left knee coming into this game, and it looks like he may have re-injured it.
So the training staff is over there going to work on him, but I'm pretty sure we may not see him back in this game. Not game number 1, Rick. It would not even worth coming back into if you got that kind of injury early on. 10:29 to go in the half. 14-0 Salem Tigers as their quarterback waits the official to clear the field. Preston Schmidt, a 5'9", 165 senior. And Preston has 3 receivers to the left side. He's going to give it off to Hudo, and Hudo trying to break around the corner. Didn't have any room this time. Tigers jammed him up there. Caden Camden came up there and finished him off, but
going to give him anything, Stan.
But Luke Campbell was in there, also in there for the Salem Tigers, number 24, Devin Atchison. He's just all over the place now, Rick. He's all happy.
I scored 2 touchdowns. I get to play
defense, man, and I get to tackle somebody. 3rd down, about 3. Again, Hudo stays in the backfield. Hudo's a big kid.
He is a big guy.
205-pound, 6-footer. Schmidt giving it to Hudo again. He breaks up the middle, and he gets a little bit of momentum, and he's got the first down. He'll gain about 4. And Hudo will get to about the 47 of Salem. That's a first down by about a yard. You saw him make that turn, Rick, and he just took that big body of his and just hit that line as hard as he could.
Yeah. There's not a lot of speed there, Stan. He just uses that big body and just turns it up.
Keep the legs churning and keep going. So from the far side of the field, Hudo checks out, gets a little breather. Back in the game comes Cody Wilfong. Wilfong will take that handoff, try and cut through on the left side, and he got disrupted by Bradley Gover. He had to try and step over Bradley, and he got a yard. Bradley guided him back inside, Rick, where all the Tigers were just waiting for him.
Come back in here. Don't get outside. Yeah. Don't go out there. Yeah, come back in here. I got help in here.
Yeah, Gover had gotten into the backfield, and that disrupted that whole play. So Cody Wilfong still in the backfield. 2-by-2 on the receiving core on each side, though we haven't seen Schmidt really throw the ball.
Nope, just at one time, yeah.
8:35 and counting. He's going to keep it and try and run with it this time to the outside. He's got about 5 yards before he goes out of bounds near the 40. And he'll make it about 3rd down and 4. Tigers forced him out of bounds. Newman was out that way. Didn't probably need to tackle him at that point. Could have just pushed him. But
just could have pushed him out, yeah.
3rd, and we're going to call it actually a short 4. He's got him just right at the 40-yard line. I thought they were going to put him just inside the 40 on the St. James side, but they did not.
Yep.
Low snap goes right through the legs of the quarterback, Schmidt. He dives on it back at the 47. And that's a big loss right there, Rick, of almost 14 yards.
14.
And actually going to move him up to 12 yards loss.
Okay.
So it'll bring the punter back on, I'm sure, for St. James with 7.5 to go here in this first half. 14-0, Salem on top. Well, maybe not. They're going to go for it.
Okay.
Well, unless you see something I don't.
Unless we're going to do a pooch kick or something.
Well, maybe. Schmidt is there. He might be doing a pooch kick. And he drops back. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run the ball up the middle. There's a big hole for him. And he's going to get hit across the 50 to the 45. And he won't get enough for the first down. He'll pick up 10, but he needed to get about 18. And so the Tigers of Salem take over at their own 44-yard line. Good position for Salem with 6:59 to go in the first half. 14-0 Salem. Devin Atkinson with a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown.
Both of them for 1 yard apiece.
Both 1 yard. Not big numbers, but big results. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It's called a team game for a reason,
There
Rick.
you go. There you go.
Let Caden do all the work, and I will take those touchdowns.
There's 11 on the field at a time, ain't they?
There sure is. So in the pistol with Camden Deed, Atkinson in the fullback position. They give it to Atkinson. He turns and loses his balance.
Oh, boy.
Trying to turn upfield, a gain of about 3. He could have gained about another 10 or 15.
Didn't he, Stan?
Yeah, he
slipped.
did.
He went to make that cut, and he did the right thing, Stan, because he had a hole there, but he just slipped.
Gain of 2, second down, 8 yards to go. Man, he had a lot of room.
Yeah, he did. He just made that cut, and his feet didn't stay where he wanted them.
Feet don't fail me now,
Yeah, they
right?
did.
But they did. Yeah, the turf just didn't hold. See a couple of divots out there around middle of the field.
Pretty good rain today. So.
Well, we did, but it's
it's pretty dry, though.
Yeah, the ground needed a little help.
Yeah.
Salem goes trips to the right. First time we've seen this tonight. As Connell wants to throw, looking deep. Has man downfield deep, and he throws it, overthrows it, trying to get Kaufman down the middle. Kaufman kind of slowed up a little bit as he was being double covered. I think he thought he'd go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
I think Connell seen the same thing me and you did, Stan. The middle of the field was open if he just could get there. Yeah.
Right, but he had 2 men there, and Kaufman made his little cut. Looked like he was a little maybe ginger with that cut. Didn't want to fall down, but we don't know what the footing is on the field.
True. I mean, by looking through binoculars, you can see some divots out there.
Yes, you can. So bring up third down, still 8 yards to go at the Salem Tiger 46-yard line. Single setback is Camden. Salem 2-by-2. Getting pressure, Connell flips it out to Caden, and Caden drops the football. Trying to set up a screen, and everybody had abandoned him already and gone upfield. Surprised he didn't have some flags for downfield.
He wasn't going to go very far anyhow, was he?
No, incomplete pass. But, Rick, we had some linemen downfield.
Yeah, I'd seen
a little bit early.
Yeah, Caden said, don't abandon me yet.
That play would have worked had he broke to the outside.
Yeah.
Instead, it stuck too close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So it'll be Connell back to punt. Standing at the 32-yard line, he points to his line when he's ready. Snap is back. He gets off the kick. Low line drive kick around nobody. He just goes to the 20-yard line. It's going to die around the 19. It does. Probably Peyton Maley looked at that and said, I don't have a chance to go get that
I'm
one.
not going over there.
Try.
Yeah, I'm not going over there.
5:53 to go in a half. We tell you, Common Grounds Bistro, 300B South Main Street, has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Check them out for great food and takeout orders. 729-2912 to Common Grounds Bistro, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. And if you're looking for real estate, Ricky, talk about VIP properties. They have 2 locations, Salem and Houston. If you're moving to Missouri, from Missouri, around Missouri, contact Pat Tackett, broker at VIP, locally at 729-7622. Let's take a water break and come back in a minute. 5:53 to go, 14-0 Salem. This is Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Radio. Salem Tigers leading this one by a score of 14-0 over the St. James Tigers. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoyt with you. Opening night, well, we got over the glitches. Everything's working great till 5 minutes before game time, right during the national anthem. All of a sudden,
there we go.
Everything.
Well,
everything.
We do hope everybody's enjoying the game. So
audio and video. I mean, both. Just
hang on. We'll be back. Yeah.
Well, that's opening night, man.
Yeah, it's hopefully get the glitches out tonight if we're going to.
Yeah, absolutely. Get them all out. So Schmidt on a little inside reverse, they hand it off as Wilfong got the first handoff, and then they tried to give it off again, and Gavin Caldwell back in the game. So he is back in the game.
Wow.
Actually, I thought I saw that was him out there, and I thought, can't be.
No, boy.
Why would you come back in?
Why would you? Yeah, risk the young man. I say he's already wounded.
Yeah. Well, and maybe it's just a cramp.
It could have been, but boy, it didn't. It didn't
look like a cramp.
No, it didn't.
But you never know.
True.
Could be a cramp. Schmidt looks around, calls him out, hands it off to Wilfong, trying to turn that corner. And there's not much room out there for Wolfong. He gets maybe a yard, 2 at most. They're going to give him 2 out to the 22. 5 minutes to go in the half. Bring up 3rd down, and still, Rick, about 6.
Yep. Long 6. Yep.
A long 6. What will St. James do here? They really haven't thrown the ball much.
No, they haven't.
But they have 4 receivers out. He wants to throw. Looks, gets pressure, gets away from the pressure. Still on his feet. Now he's going to run the ball. No, he fires it. It's almost intercepted. Or did he catch it? Did he tip it and catch it?
I'm wondering if he was in bounds, Stan. I think they're giving him the catch, I think.
My gosh, they are, Rick.
Wow. Wow.
Well, there's good coverage. Caldwell, ball was tipped. I know it looked like it was going out of bounds. I didn't know Caldwell brought it in. From our angle, Rick, it looked like it was out of bounds. But,
wow.
Well, that's a heck of a catch by Caldwell. I thought Newman had tipped that ball out of bounds. He tipped it, and Caldwell brought it in. So that's a heck of a play.
It was.
And now I believe a timeout's going to be burned by the St. James Tigers. 4:22 to go in the first half. 14-0 Salem Tigers. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. This is Salem Tiger football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio, watching it on KSMORadio.com. .422 to go in this first half. Tigers with a touchdown. 2 touchdowns, actually, in the first quarter. One with only 47 seconds left. So, 1st and 10. Schmidt will have trips to the left.
Whoa.
High snap. Good catch by Schmidt.
One-handed.
One-handed. Fires it out. Man wide open in the middle of the field. And he'll get the ball to the 45-yard line of Salem, a 15-yard game to number 7, Derek Skaggs. Skaggs just came up, pulled up, stopped, and was wide open.
Little button hook, got in the little opening there, Stan. He just sat there.
There's like 4 Salem Tigers in the area, but they had all conglomerated together. So somehow Skaggs got away from him. Well, Skaggs does come wide to the left side, and they'll have 3 receivers this time to the right. Schmidt gives it off to Hudo. Hudo breaks a tackle trying to get to the outside, and he finally gets thrown down at the 42. A gain of about 5. Good run. Actually going to move him back to about the 42.5. Oh, wow, get that one.
True.
But anyway, 2nd down, now 6.5. He was closer to 41, Rick,
Yeah,
but he
he
fell
was.
down. He fell down backwards.
Backwards.
Don't get that one. Anyway, 2 receivers to the left side. In the wing formation to the left. 2nd down, let's call it 7, and Salem comes across the line, and 2nd down and 2. For Salem, that's their 2nd penalty. 2nd and 2, 3:11 to go in the half. St. James trying to get on the board here, Rick.
Yeah, they are trying to get on board before the end of the half here.
Salem had a great first drive, pretty good second drive. Given pretty good field position on that second drive. But third drive with good field position, they kind of floundered a little bit. A little movement there by Hudo, and that's going to cost him 5. Levi Hudo just jumped about 1 count too soon.
I've been noticing, like say, about every play, Stan, in the backfield, that they are moving a little bit before the snap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one was a
but
full.
That was
about a full count
that was a
too
little
soon.
Bit, yeah.
So we just walked back and forth and put a little trail right there.
And we're about 5 back.
Yeah. 5 up, 5 back. 2:51 to go in the half. Hudo is the only man in the backfield. They have 2x2s, 2 receivers to the left and the right. As Schmidt will go under center. Now we have a man in motion from left to right. That's Yates. He'll pull up in the wing formation. Now, too much time. Nope. Actually, movement again. Well, it was going to be too much time. They were down
close,
to
wasn't
2
it?
seconds. Yeah.
Last I looked, it was at 5, and they were looking over at the sideline. I thought.
So another 5-yard penalty.
Oh, we went 5 forward and 5 back, then 5 back.
So 45 yards now in penalties already.
Wow.
Second down now 12. They're going the wrong way.
True.
Low snap picked up by Schmidt, getting a little bit of pressure, rolls to his left, fires it out, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 24 out there, and that is Logan Sparks. Throws a little bit low as Schmidt trying to throw on the run. Didn't have a lot of oomph on that ball.
Yeah.
Well, our daylight is gone, Ricky, and it's getting into dusk.
We're losing our lights, Dan.
Yeah, I know. Well, Tigers of Salem up by 14 over St. James. Schmidt wants to throw quickly. Throws that ball out to Sparks. He dropped the ball again.
Pass intended for number 24, Logan Sparks.
Sparks looked like he was going to try and get it. It looked like they were going to try and set up a hook and ladder.
That's what I started to say, yeah.
And
You've seen the same thing I did.
And it looked like Sparks was going to catch it and then flip it off to Caldwell coming back.
Whoops.
It looked like that's what they wanted to do, and then he kind of got a little bit too anxious and just never caught the ball.
Yeah, just dropped it.
So now 4th and 12 from the Salem Tiger 47-yard line. What looked like very promising, Ricky, is not looking as good anymore.
Fizzled,
penalties have hurt him. But back goes Schmidt. Wants to throw deep. Fires it deep. And the ball is tipped and almost caught. It's tipped away by Kaufman, but almost into the hands of the St. James player, number 7. And that would have been Derek Skaggs, but Derek gave up on it.
Yeah, if that ball, if he would have been got up there, Stan, that ball, if he'd have caught that ball on the tip, it was gone.
He was gone.
He was gone. Yeah.
But but Kaufman did a good job to tip it. But when he tipped it backwards, and Skaggs, for whatever reason, Rick stopped running.
Yeah, he just kind of quit when he tipped it, didn't he?
And it looked like that ball sat up there for an awfully long time. So Salem Tiger offense, they're back on the field. They're going to put a couple of receivers out to the left side. Kaufman goes out that way. And also out that way for the Salem Tigers, wearing number 20 is Luke Campbell. And then Mock comes over to the right side. He's out wide. Tigers have Atchison also in a slot right. Inside handoff now to Kaufman. Kaufman gets to the 50 and makes a nice little stutter step and gains about 3.
Okay.
And the Tigers, I believe, burn a timeout, Rick. And they do. With 1:54 to go. Ball right at the 50-yard line. And it's second down and about 7 yards to go. With the Salem Tigers leading at 14-0. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. Salem 14, St. James nothing. This is Tiger football on KSMO Radio. Second down and just about 7 yards to go, right at the 50-yard line. Well, Rick, we saw Connell try and go down the middle with a long pass. It did get to Mock right at the 1 to set up the touchdown, but I really haven't seen him go deep to Mock, and that's was one of his favorite targets last year. Well, the Tigers go trips left. Let's see if this might be the time. Looks like St. James is going to come through with a blitz, and they do. Connell trying to run it himself, gets a break, cuts right to the middle. He's to the 40-yard line, and he gets the first down. They all got behind him, Rick, and he just saw the opening and took it for an 11-yard gain on a first down for the Salem Tigers. They're 8th of this first half. You know what I like about Garrett? He just doesn't panic.
He just doesn't
panic.
If he doesn't send it ain't there, he just takes off. Yeah.
1:35 and counting.
Timeout.
And now
St. James.
was going to say St. James had too many guys on the
Yeah,
field, right?
They called timeout.
Too many guys on the field. We'll keep it here on this timeout and just tell you that don't forget we will be providing you with a lot more Salem Tiger sports. We've got volleyball and softball all coming up for you. So we hope you'll enjoy those games, and we will do our best to stream all those games that are home games as well. So hope everything is working well there. You know, we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to get a final review on that, but we do hope that the streaming is working okay. It was working. It wasn't working right before the game.
Then we got it going.
It was working up until about 5 minutes before the game. It didn't stop. Conway Construction LLC can do new homes, room additions, concrete work, deck, siding, tile, wood floors, you name it, they can do it. 247-6468. Call Randy, 247-6468. Conway Construction, a proud supporter of Salem Tiger Sports. Let me tell you, Tigers would love to get a touchdown right here, Ricky.
They'd like to put another one on the board here before the first half's over, Stan.
Would be nice. Right now, they're at the St. James 39-yard line. Pass to Connell. He's looking to throw the ball inside, getting it off there and coming back inside is Mock, and he went the wrong way.
Yeah.
He loses about 5 yards. You're going to come back in, Rick. You got to go downfield. Can't come back into where all the players are.
Yeah.
And Dawson got wooed back in there. So a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 14. Yeah. Back is Connell, rolling to his left, looking deep.
Well,
He's there. He's got it.
What a catch, Stan.
Right at the 4-yard line.
What a catch.
Dawson Mark made up for it, didn't he?
Wow, what a catch.
And did you see that throw by Connell off the wrong foot, Rick? That's a 50-yard throw.
Wow.
1st and goal at the 4.
Lee, Stan.
That was a heck of a throw.
Gosh, Lee. What a catch and what a throw. Wow.
1st and goal. A nice.
Well, he laid everything out, didn't he?
And 37 yards.
Yeah.
And 37-38, whatever.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Wow.
And a 1st down for the Tigers. 1st and goal to go at 49 seconds to go. And, of course, Tigers burn a timeout. What a throw. What a catch. He had to go up, come down, hit the ground hard, Ricky, and he held on. I'm telling you what.
He hung on like this. I've been doing this all my life.
Well, I will say this about Dawson Mock, and we watched him last year really start to develop into a wide receiver.
Yeah.
The neat thing about it is he wants the ball.
Yeah.
And if you throw that ball at him, he's got gloves on and stuff, and he holds on to that ball.
Yeah, he's
Matter
got
of
some
fact,
hands.
He just threw the gloves off.
Did he really?
Yeah, he just took the gloves off. So they're probably pretty sweaty right now,
sweaty.
maybe wet from the ground.
Yeah. I'd say
he took 'em off.
maybe a little wet right now. Yeah.
So Salem will get back on the offense. They moved it up to 51 seconds left. It was at 46. They moved it back. So Connell goes under center from the 4. Turns, flips it out to Caden Camden. Camden in for the touchdown. He got around the end, and there was nobody out there. A 4-yard touchdown run by Caden Camden, and the Tigers with 48 seconds left. They did it with 47 in the first quarter.
That was a nice block on that right side.
It
Stan.
was.
They pinned everybody inside, and once that Caden got out there was nobody there to get him.
20-0 as Gover will come in for the point after. Mock will hold. Boy, that was just a beautiful, beautiful pass on that first one. Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'd love to have the replay on that one. That was a good play.
That was a good play.
Snap is back. Gover's kick. He lined it. It didn't get over that bar by much, but it's good. That snap was low, and Mock somehow got it down. And Bradley Gover puts it through. 21-0 Salem Tigers here in the first half. And, Rick, we talked about going deep. We just kind of felt it was going to come.
Yeah.
And boy, that was just a beautiful pass by Connell. And, again, throwing it off the wrong foot.
Yeah. And just a pitch and catch there.
Right.
Wow.
Kind of threw it off the right foot, took a step to his left, then came back to his right and threw it with putting his right foot forward. That's not the way you do it, guys.
And the only one that could catch that ball was Mock.
Yeah, there was nobody else out there close to him. But, yeah, it was still had to be a heck of a catch, and he had to stay in bounds, too.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a catch for Mr. Dawson Mock, and the touchdown by Caden Camden. He and Devin Atchison are counting for the scoring for the Salem Tigers. You know, Town & Country Bank, is a locally owned community bank, and they're dedicated to provide personal and business financial solutions. If you've got some problems, get in touch with them. They can help. They have 2 locations in Salem at 1000 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard and 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, Town and Country Bank. And don't forget Salem Memorial District Hospital, your critical access hospital, the emergency department, and associated with a family medicine clinic ready to help you at a moment's notice when you're sick, ill, have an accident, or need help. Salem Memorial District Hospital, committed to caring every patient, every encounter, every time. Go over to kickoff.
Oh.
And a flag goes down.
He's offsides.
I was going to say.
He's offside.
What is St. James player on the other side?
He's
of
on
50?
their sideline. Yeah, he was. His feet was on the other side. Yeah, he was standing across it.
He was. Yeah, I just looked up and I saw he's on the wrong side of the ball.
But his coaching staff is right there with him.
Well, okay.
Get another 5 on that, Stan.
Yeah, it's just working that way, Rick.
Wow.
Yeah, there have been a couple of just mental breakdowns here by St. James in a couple of these plays. I don't remember a lot of these names before, Rick.
No,
so some of these
true.
are new even from last year.
True.
Just don't know how much experience they have at it. So Gover kicks it off. The ball will come down and linger around the 17-yard line. Picked up there, and Maley will take it out of bounds at about the 25. So Peyton Maley with a little bit of return. Ball kind of died out there, didn't it?
Kind of hit and kind of just stayed around there. Yeah.
K&A Jama supplies your parts to the auto parts store at 700 South Main Street. And they offer curbside service. Rick, if you want it, call them, and they can bring it out to you. 729-6667. Plus, they have battery recycling and testing, custom hydraulic hoses they can make for you, and so much more. K&H Auto Supply. Salem Tigers will burn a timeout here with 41 seconds, and we'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Salem Tiger football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio. From Busch Stadium, and I'm sure the fans will be rollicking. All those cutouts. You see where they put the McDonald's employees up in Big Mac land? Cutouts of them? I thought that was interesting. Well, I mean, it's a good idea, right?
Then Jason Israelhouse was mad because they moved him.
They did. Yeah, they moved those guys around a lot. All right, Schmidt back at quarterback. Takes the snap, wants to throw, gets some pressure, goes to the outside and gets taken down. Gover's in there. He's getting some help from one of his teammates. I believe that's number 71, Travis Fulton. And they got him down for a big loss of about 11 yards, Rick. So he's going to bring up second. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a loss of 7.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
I got you.
I was looking where the quarterback was and not where the ball was. Excuse me. Oh. Schmidt with a high snap. That thing is there like a rocket, and he's trying to run to the outside as time runs out. Loss of 2 yards for the man as the Tigers come out and play some pretty spirited first half football, Rick. We just hope they can continue that in the second half as they come up with a 21-0 lead at halftime. And they came out roaring. They had a great first drive. It took over half the first quarter off the clock. And can finally finish that up with a 1-yard touchdown run by Atchison. And that was a very, very nice drive. Very, very well documented. Nice, pretty much a Caden Camden drive, I guess. And then on the second one, getting good field position. Long pass to Mock right down at the 1-yard line. And a 1-yard pass to Atchison. Made it 14-0. And then after a beautiful 38-yard pass down to Mock at the 4-yard line, a Caden Camden pitch, 4-yard run, and 21-0 our score. But I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about halftime. St. James had some pretty good offensive possessions, so we're going to talk about that at halftime. 21-0, Salem Tigers with the lead. We'll come back in 2 minutes. This is Tiger Football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio. Beginning of the season, the first game, as we mentioned, we're going to kind of explain to you a little bit about what we are going to be doing for Salem Tiger Sports. So whether you're listening on the radio or streaming with us, we will be carrying every football game in the season, provided that they're played. And we have no idea.
We don't know what's
We
going
are planning to stream every game live video. That is our plan. Now we are going to have to try and work with some visiting teams to get this done, but we are planning to do that, and hopefully everybody will accommodate. We can get it done for you. So all the games of the football Tigers will be streamed video, and we'll have them on KSMO. If we can't stream video them for whatever reason, we will stream audio them, but we'll try and have the Tiger games for you. All the volleyball home games we're going to be trying to air for you, every single one that we can. I think we're going to be able to get them all in. However, there might be one or two we may have conflicts with. So as far as we know, we'll have all the volleyball home games we're going to be streaming for you and airing on KSMORadio.com or KSMO Radio, depending upon Cardinal broadcasts. And then softball games, we will try and do our very best to carry as many of the home softball games and, again, live stream them as well. So that's our plan, guys, and so we hope that it'll accommodate you.
We don't know it'll work.
That's right. We're going to do the best we can, so hopefully it will work. An onside kick by the Tigers, and St. James was able to corral it, though, right at the 50-yard line, and that's pretty interesting that the player actually did not panic.
Yeah, he just
sat there and waited for it, and it came to him. I believe that was number 77. They just waited for him, Troy Lewis, Rick, and he just waited, and then just went to his knees, took it, and St. James has great field position to start out the second half. So glad to have you along on KSMO and online at KSMORadio.com. Whether you're listening to the radio or streaming with us, we do thank you for being part of our evening and football Friday night. Opening night. Didn't know if this would even happen, so we're really thrilled to have it. Handoff there to number 8, and that is Will Fong, and he makes the turn up to the left side, about a 4-yard gain, maybe. They're going to put his knee down around 3 into that, Rick.
Okay.
St. James on the far side of the field right now. They're in the red pants, white jerseys, red helmets. Salem in their navy blue outfits with the Carolina blue trim on the shoulders. That's not much Carolina blue, is it?
I kind of like them, Sam.
I do too. I mean, a nice looking uniform.
I do too. I like them.
And the white numbers. Snap is back. Trouble by Schmidt, and he's going to go down. Oh, my goodness. I think Bradley Gover jumped out of his shoes when he saw that ball get loose, and he took him down.
Oh, boy.
Got back there in a heartbeat. He went right through his legs, and I could see Bradley coming in off his defensive end position, Rick.
Ooh-wee.
And they only gave him a loss of about 8, but I'll tell you what, that was closer to a loss of about 11.
11, yeah.
By the time he get done sliding back there. And he hit him hard, too. So, another faux pas by St. James. After a good run, start out that second half, got a good field position. Now they got to recover. Blessed with 3rd down and 15. Schmidt wants to throw, looking downfield, has a man right down the middle, fires the ball, and it's tipped and almost intercepted.
Oh, boy.
Just over the hands off the hands of Sparks, I should say. And almost picked off back there by, I always call him the thief, Mr. Caden Camden. He's back there.
He kind of sneaks around.
I'll tell you what, he and Newman were back there in that vicinity. Yeah, he goes side to side. You might see him on the left side, and the next thing you know, he's on the right side. He's just all over the place.
How did he get over there?
Yeah, well, he's fast.
He is fast.
Back in the day when we were fast, Rick, remember when we could do that?
Yeah, we could run from side to side.
Yeah,
Sure.
Now we have to use a cart. St. James will elect to punt here. The snap is back. The kick is off. It's end-over-end punt. It'll come down around the 30, and they're just going to let it bounce. Kaufman does the right thing and back off, goes dead at the 18-yard line, and that's where Salem Tigers will take over 1st and 10. Sparks did a good job with that punt, keeping it away from the Tiger 2 backs to where they could not return that ball. Do want to tell you the Bank of Salem is locally owned, and they've been a community bank since 1883 and a full-service bank as well. Remember, for all of your banking needs, contact them at the Bank of Salem at either location, 100 West 4th Street or 1001 South Main. The Bank of Salem, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. All right, third quarter action, 21-0 Salem Tigers as they go into that pistol.
Whoa.
And flags fly.
Offsides?
Offside against St. James. So why did they blow the whistle, Rick?
Yeah. Glad Tom's with us again.
Yeah, sure is. I was going to say,
Yeah,
Blair Oaks. Holy cow.
yeah, glad to hear that Tom is with us again. Hopefully see him out here at the next home game.
That would be nice to
Yeah,
see.
it would.
So now it's 1st and 5.
Yep.
Ball will be at the 23-yard line. Tigers put two receivers to the left side, Mock to the right. Give that ball to Atchison up the middle, and
Keep
he's
driving.
going to keep going and
Good
going
drive.
and get to
Good
about
drive.
the 26.
Never give up, did he, Stan?
No, he did not. Sparks got him. I should say, I'm sorry, not Sparks, but number 34, James Altus and Levi Hudo, each got a little piece of him.
Yeah. Well, he just kept those legs a churning, Stan. I like
He
that.
did.
Yeah. He didn't give up. He just kept getting all he could get.
Second down, we'll call it 2. As Kaufman goes to the right side, Mock out to the left. They'll go back in the I formation as Connell will go under center. This seems to be the most comfortable Salem is at. Connell rolls to his right, looks to throw the ball, stops, fires it downfield, and the ball is incomplete. Going up for it was Kaufman. It went right between his fingertips as he was defended there well. Is there a flag down there?
Yeah, I think we got a flag down out here, Stan.
Right behind where the Salem Tiger bench is, and we
Right in
can't see
here.
it.
Yeah. Personal
Personal foul and against the Salem Tigers. So
I didn't see it out
I
here,
did
Stan.
not.
I mean, like I say, the kind of covered up here by the by the bench, so I could not see what was happening on the sideline here. Somebody did something that did.
Well, Connell threw the ball from that area, Rick, and maybe somebody took a shot and somebody didn't like it.
Yeah, true.
So a personal foul against the Salem Tigers. We'll replay the down. It'll still be second down. But it will be second now and pretty much about 17.
Okay. Well, they're going to put it about 10, Stan. Second and 10.
What?
That's interesting.
No, they can't.
There they go. Now they're moving back. Yeah, he did stop at 10.
I was going to
didn't
say,
he?
what did he?
Yeah, why did he stop at 10? Yeah. When I seen that, I thought, we'll take that penalty.
Well,
if we're
yeah,
going to have
that's,
one. Yeah.
that's a little different one. Yeah, halfway to the goal line, right?
Yeah.
Connell rolls to his right this time, fires the ball out. It's caught and brought down by Mock. Right around the 20. It's a gain of about 9. Should bring up third down and about 9. Well, those two have a timing, don't they?
They know each other real well, don't they? Yeah.
Actually,
they just work. They work. Wow.
Give Salem a good spot. It'll be third and 8. But Mock went up, caught the ball, took the hit, got up, handed the ball back to the official, and let's move on.
Let's play again. Yeah.
Again, he goes wide to the left side, Kaufman wide to the right. They stay in a pistol on third and 9. Connell wants to throw, fires that ball out. It is caught at
It's gonna be a
about
first
the
down in this
28-yard line. I think he's just shy, very close, Rick. That Bradley Gover brought it down, but I'm not sure. That's really close. They're going to be having a first down, Rick.
Give it.
Yep. They're going to give him the first down. I'm not sure when he came back for the ball that he had it.
Wow.
That's where I was confused.
It was a nice job, I'd say. I knew it was going to be close, but I didn't know it was, we was going to get the first down there.
8:35 and counting in the third quarter. 21-0 Salem Tigers on top. A couple of Devin Atchison touchdowns and a Caden Camden touchdown as Connell will keep it himself up the middle. Big hole. He's to the 30, I should say, across the 35 to near the 40. That'll be a gain of about 7, maybe 8, depending upon the spot of the official.
Okay.
They're going to mark him down close to the 37-yard line, a gain of almost 8.
Okay.
looked like Connell was going to hand that ball off, and he just turned and he just took off. And
yeah, he had some heat coming from the backside, and he had to get out of there. Yeah.
But he was on a mission on that run. It looked like he wanted to take that a long way.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to get a good run out of that one. He saw a lot of green. He got himself about 8 yards, and he'll try it again. This time, he's not going to make it. He's going to go down for a loss of about 3, maybe 4. Getting in there was number 88 for St. James, and that is Joe Oxner, 235-pound, 6'1" junior. He's a big boy. And he got around the backside and took down Connell. I think Salem may burn a timeout here.
Yeah, they are.
With 7:14 to go and probably take a little water break. With the score, Salem Tigers 21 and the St. James Tigers nothing. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break and return. This is Tiger Football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio. And if you want great food items, check out the deli at Country Mart. Man, they got good stuff. Check out their daily specials. Got biscuits and gravy in the morning, fantastic deli meats and cheeses, and so much more. Plus, they have all of your other grocery needs met. Plus, Bissell Rental, Western Union, propane cylinders, so much more. Country Mart, Highway 3272 East in Salem, here to help you save. 7:14 to go, third quarter. Connell rolls to his left, third down, fires that ball out. It's caught by Gover for a first down across the 50-yard line. Nice pass.
Nice play.
16-yard gain and a first down by the Salem Tigers.
Yeah, hit him right in stride, didn't he? That was a nice pass, a nice catch.
You can do that all night, Rick. The way St. James is covering, that is open all night.
Yeah, and he had that earlier, Stan, and Bradley dropped that one, but he didn't drop that one there.
That's the second one he's caught. So
yeah, he's kind of got in the game now. Yeah.
Kicking extra points just ain't as cool as catching the pass.
I'd rather catch the ball and then get out here and play some defense.
I think what sacked him up was that sack, though. I really do. He really was jumping up and down on that one. First and 10. We'll just call it right at the 50. Camden up the middle, gets hit right away, and he'll go down. Not much of a gain there. And it was Oxner again, Rick. I mean, he stood him right up.
Yeah.
No gain, really.
Yeah, he kind of just come up and put the stop to that.
They're going to give him a yard.
Are they going to give him one?
That's generous.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot there.
Oxner stood him right up. I mean, pow.
Yeah, he took a shot there.
2nd and 9 for Salem. Down to 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. 21-0 Salem Tigers. Football Friday night, opening night. Got Newman and Kaufman wide to the left side. Mocked wide to the left. They're in that pistol. Rolling to his left is Connell, getting pressure. Fires it quickly, and the ball is going to be almost intercepted.
No.
But it fell short.
Yep.
Maley tried to pick it off, Rick. Just fell short.
Yeah.
I think Garrett tried to force that one in a little bit.
Yeah, he had some heat coming on the backside, didn't he? I got to get rid of it, and he did.
3rd and 9. Seems like when he rolls to the right, he has a lot of pressure. When he rolls to the left, he doesn't have as much.
He's got time, yeah.
So I think they need to kind of reassess that.
Yeah.
Hopefully the coaches are up there listening to us. So
say, hey, Garrett, if you're going to do it, go to the left side. Don't go right.
It just seems like he does. Now, of course, they threw that one to Mock on the right side.
True.
But he had a guy all over him,
yeah,
too.
He did.
So the Tigers go trips to the left. Maybe that means he'll roll that way.
Oh.
And flags go down. I believe we have a delayed game, Rick.
Yep.
Yep, it was getting close. I didn't know if they got it off in time, and they did not. The Tigers now with their 5-yard penalty. That kind of hurts here because it was 3rd and 9, but now it's 3rd and 14.
I think a little different call here.
And you're near midfield, so this isn't one of those that if you get 6 or 7 yards, you may want to.
Yeah, you may want to think this over a little bit. You may want to try this in 2 downs instead of 1 here.
Well, you might, but you got to get fairly close to the 40.
Yeah. if you can get down here, like say 40 45, yeah.
2-by-2 in the receivers.
Oh,
Getting pressure is Connell, and Connell is not going to get out of
that.
this.
Woo.
He is down at the 34-yard line. A big sack of 11 yards, Rick.
Woo.
They blitzed at St. James, and they got him down.
Yeah,
There's a St. James player down right now. He's got a cramp.
Yeah.
And he's not going anywhere for a minute or two. Not much you can do to help him. That's
Nope. You just stretch it out. Yeah.
That's all you can do is try and get that cramp out of there. And it looks like they may be giving a water break anyway. So the officials are going to call a timeout and let the St. James player get some treatment here to stretch out that cramp. And each team will take a little water break as well. 5:26 to go in the third quarter. Salem will be faced with a 4th down and 25. Wow. We'll come back. No, actually, we're going to keep it right here. We'll keep it right here, Rick. We're going to tell people about one of our wonderful businesses and sponsors, Dent County Rental. You know, Dent County Rental does a lot of different things. They rent so many different things. Tractors, metalworking tools, lights, saws, sanders. Name something. They probably rent it to you. 3601 Highway 72 in Salem. Now you can check out what they have, dentcountyrental.com, or check them out on Facebook. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4, Saturday, 7:30 to 11. Dent County Rental, a new supporter of our Salem Tigers.
You bet. Go see them,
on
folks.
KSMO.
Yeah, go support them.
Now, if you're looking for a vehicle, I highly recommend you stop by and see Mr. Jim Haven. He's a nice man, wonderful guy, and he has got a great collection of vehicles over there, and they are priced very, very reasonably. Stop by 205 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. 4 generations of Havens doing this. Four. Count them. 1, 2, 4. Their mission, offer you those clean, reliable used cars and trucks at affordable prices. Try trading with Haven. Haven Motors, 729-8100. Still in the third quarter, Rick, this has slowed down drastically with a lot of passes now.
Yeah, true.
And this game has started to go into a, almost call a drag mode, because neither team is able to really get any offense generated.
Yeah, true.
So we'll see if maybe the Tigers on the next possession, they kind of went to the air pretty quick. Maybe they'll get back to the running game.
Yeah, I thought that, like you say, on that third possession stand there, when we had a good field position back then, and we didn't do anything with that. I thought we kind of maybe just cut a little bit out of the way from our norm on that one, and then we didn't do anything with that possession. And then, but we come back and scored again up in the quarter. But I thought that was kind of a throwaway possession on a good field position.
Well, we had good field position here, and we kind of gave it away too.
Yep.
And one running play didn't get anywhere. We tried to throw it, almost threw an interception. So. But Connell will pass. I mean, you're going to have drives like that. They just don't work, and then you get a penalty, or then you get they get a sack.
You get a sack, and then here we go. Yeah.
So Connell will punt, standing back at about his 24-yard line, and now timeout is called by the Salem Tigers. That's their second timeout here in the second half. Rick, there's got to be some miscommunication somewhere because this just
something going on. Yeah.
This just didn't look right. Now, we want to remember we'll be at St. Clair next week to take on the St. Clair Bulldogs. And again, it is our plan to be streaming that game. And, of course, we'll be there to bring it to you. Rick and I will right here on KSMO Radio. Tuesday night, our Salem Volleyball Tigers will be playing at home. We'll have that game for you here at KSMO Radio. I believe it's no, I'm not even going to tell you. I thought it was against Eminence, but I'm not sure. I don't have the schedule with me, and I wish I did.
Yeah, I don't either.
Matter of fact, I haven't seen the pocket schedules out. Have you seen?
I haven't seen any of it.
I haven't seen any either. So, anyhow, we will be broadcasting that game. That should get on. Now they're starting the JV games now at 5:30, so that varsity match should start a little bit before 7 o'clock, and we'll have that on KSMO Radio Tuesday night. September 1. By gosh, a new month.
Wow, already?
Already.
Wow, Stan.
And that'll be on KSMORadio.com only. We do have a Cardinal baseball game that night. So that will be streamed only. And video. Streamed with the video.
True.
And audio and all that good stuff. All right, Connell back to punt. Bad snap. He's got it. Not a lot of pressure by St. James. He gets off a really good punt. He's taken deep. Trying to turn up the field and getting a good block and going down the sideline. wearing number 23 is St. James, and that is Caden Snyder. That's a good return, Rick, of almost 20 yards. Snyder got it, turned to his right immediately, and was able to go up the sideline. He'll return it back into Salem Tiger territory to the 46.
That's a good return.
20 yards. You know, when that snap goes back, Rick, and it bounces, it slows everything down. The guy's counting at the line. It throws everything off.
Yeah, everything's out of kilter. You're right after that.
St. James going into a triple deep formation. Hadn't seen this yet tonight. And there's Snyder with the ball. Trying to run up the field and gets hit with no gain. Maybe a yard. So Caden Snyder. Well, we've seen him line up in an I formation. Rick, that is an I formation. It's three of them.
Kind of trying to do anything, huh? Yeah.
Well, something different. Quarterback going under center. We haven't seen that. They give it again to Snyder, and a flag goes down. And again, not much gain. There's an awful lot of flags in this game. Flag went down almost upon the snap.
Yeah. John Bull said he can help us out, so appreciate that, John.
Appreciate it, John. Little motion there called against St. James. I don't think Salem would take the penalty. Just decline it.
They're going to go ahead and take anything.
No, decline it. Man, decline it. It'd have been 3rd down and 10. Now you give it 2nd and 15.
Did they? Yeah, because they let the play go on, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
Decline it. Lane, decline it.
He didn't listen.
Well, he's head coach. I'm not. He can do what he wants.
He can make the call.
That.
Yeah.
He can make those decisions. All right, now they go back into their 2x2s. Will Fong, the deep man. Salem almost went offside.
Oh.
And the whole line checking things back. They didn't even
they
get
weren't never set. Yeah, they weren't
and now
even
getting
set.
it back to Schmidt. Schmidt's still on his feet. Is still on his feet. And he gets back 5 yards. Hickey was trapped back there at about the 45-yard line of St. James, and he ended up going about 9 yards forward, and it'll bring up 3rd and 11.
How many people did he bounce off of, Steve?
Well, I don't know, but it kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back,
Wow.
2 steps forward, 1 step back. Give
Just
the young
kinda
man
kept
credit.
Bouncing around, yeah.
Well, we were told he was very athletic.
Yeah.
That
he
run
is.
right there
Shows it.
proved it.
Yeah.
He just stayed on his feet and was able just to try and find little openings and kept just inching his way forward. It brings up 3rd, and we're going to call it a long 10. He juggles the snap, drops it, pressure, gets away, fires the ball out, and it is incomplete.
Oh.
And a flag goes down. That was uncatchable, Rick, but a flag's going to come in on the Tigers.
I think he's going to
for
call him
pass interference.
either pass interference or coming in late when he was just sliding in and he hit him helmet to helmet. I don't know what they're going to call here.
Well, Luke Campbell is going to probably get flagged for something that was uncatchable. All right, they should have talked about that.
Yeah,
But it's going to be a pass interference, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down.
Wow.
In high school, remember, it's marked off from the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
And that pass interference is a 1st down for St. James on the penalty. But, yes, that's a bad call.
Yeah.
Pass was thrown too short. There's no way it could have been caught. And thusly, St. James had only 2 first downs in this second half with 3:15 to go. But they're closing in on that 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Back is Schmidt. Rolls to his right, getting some pressure. Back in the middle of the field. Fires it down toward the end zone. The ball is tipped around and incomplete. That's a heck of a throw down there. Caden Camden was down that way. And Mock was down there as well.
Down there as well. So I'm surprised he didn't pick that off.
Well, he was down there.
Down there.
Sparks was down there with him. They got one guy kind of limping off over there, Ricky, for St. James, way over by the goal line.
He's down now, Stan. He may have a cramp, too.
I think he does.
I hope that's not Mr. Caldwell again, Stan.
Well, I really can't tell, Rick. He's favoring his right knee, which...
It is. I don't know for sure.
Well, I believe it is.
The goal line marker is right in my way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see a number.
Well, I can see there's a 5 on his jersey.
Yeah, I could too.
Which would, if that's the only number.
Yeah.
But he is down, and they are getting him up. He's getting some assistance, and yes, it is. And man, that's that bad knee again, Rick.
Yeah, I don't know if I would put this man back in this game, Stan. I mean, that young man is playing his heart out, but gosh almighty, you don't want to lose him for the rest of the year.
Well,
you've got to be careful there.
The young man's got a long way to go.
Yeah, he has.
So let's call it 2nd down and 10. Schmidt looks to his left, fires it out there, and it's caught. And still getting away is Maley. Maley will have a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. Down to about the 25-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down, and we're going to call it 4 yards to go. Just a little drop-off pass into the, well, I'll call it short into the zone.
True.
So again, 2-by-2 on the receivers. Back is Schmidt. Tigers pressure him down, fires it toward the middle of the field, and it is caught by Sparks at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Sparks came across and got that pass. Nicely thrown by Schmidt. Sparks slid down to make sure he didn't drop it, and they're in 1st and goal territory. Ball on the 6-yard line. Schmidt giving it to Hudo up the middle, and he'll get down maybe a yard. Not much gain.
Okay.
$1:55 to go. So Hudo's going to limp out, Rick.
Well,
they're falling like flies
they
right
are,
now.
ain't they? Yeah. With 1:45 here to go in the 3rd quarter, Salem up 21-0.
All right, 2-by-2 on the receiving pattern again. Caden Snyder in the backfield. Keeping it is Schmidt trying to get to the outside. He dodges one Tiger, another one. He's hit and hammered. Taken down at right around the 9-yard line. Schmidt gets hit hard. Caden Camden got over to cut him off, but he strung that one out, Rick.
And then he got some help from number 6, Stan. Dawson Mock is the one that you've seen come in with the last hit. Wow.
3rd down and goal from the 9. Far side of the field. Tigers leading at 21-0. This is a kind of a big play right here. 15 seconds on the play clock. Schmidt, and a little bit anxious is Sparks. That's going to back him up 5.
Yep.
Sparks took off, then turned around and said, what are we doing?
Yeah, both of them on the outside, Stan, took off. It was like they didn't get the memo on the outside what the snap count was.
That's exactly right, Rick. Nobody gave me the memo.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah, they looked kind of like, what?
What? Come on. We're ready to go out here.
Yeah. So they go trips left to St. James. Sparks stays to the right. Snyder with him. Schmidt back there, rolls to his left, fires in the middle. It's caught, knocked down, and almost intercepted. It is intercepted.
Right there.
Picking that ball off is Kaufman at the 2-yard line.
Wow.
That came out of the hands of Sparks right into Caden Kaufman's hands, and the Tigers take over on the first turnover of the game.
Well, he took a shot, Stan. I think that ball may have come out of there when he took the shot, and right there was Caden Kaufman to take it from there. Wow.
So the Tigers will be deep in their own zone, down around the 1 maybe.
Got to get it out of there now.
Yeah, they do. 27 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers deep in their zone, but they have kept the offense. Hopefully can keep it going. Right now in a very tough position. Tigers hand that ball off the middle and getting a little bit of yardage, but not much. I'm thinking that was Camden.
It was. Yeah, it was. No gains.
Right, I was going to say, if he got much, he'd get maybe a foot or 2.
I'd let this quarter in, Stan. Talk about this.
Yeah. Well, it's down to 7 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
21-0 Salem.
Yeah.
Well, that was a heck of a catch by Caden Kaufman on that tip. Sparks lost it. And Caden Kaufman came down with it. And, Rick, that's a big play.
That was.
Now the Tigers need to capitalize and get it out there.
They've got to come up here with a play on second down, Stan.
21-0 after 3 quarters of play. Back in a minute with the fourth quarter. This is Tiger football. You're listening to it on KSMO Radio. Fourth quarter action at KSMO Radio 1340 and online at KSMORadio.com. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoyt with you here. 3 quarters in the books. Rick, Tigers with a 21-0 lead, but they're in a precarious position right now on their own 1-yard line.
Got to get out of the hole here, huh?
Got to get out of the hole. Second down and still 10. Connell goes under center. Hand that ball off up the middle, and Atchison will get out to about the 5, maybe just across. And it'll bring up third down and still about 5. Atchison had turned his back and tried to push his way out.
Get out of here, yeah.
But good tackling by St. James prevented that. I think the guy that did the most damage for St. James there was number 32, Trent Satterfield.
Okay.
And I had not seen him out there much all night, and he made a heck of a play there. In the eye. Connell lost the football, picks it back up, tries to turn, and he will get nothing. Connell got it, started to move outside, dropped the football, got it back, but he was not able to gain anything. It'll bring up fourth down and 5 from about a 7-yard line.
Oof. Not
much room here. And you know, St. James should end up in pretty good field position.
Sure.
So right now they'll be dropping Maley deep. They're only going to have 1 guy. Maybe they might have 2. Now they're going to put Snyder back there with him, I believe.
Oh, bad snap.
And the ball gets kicked out of the end zone for a safety. Bad snap. Connell, that's every time he's punted, but Rick, has been a bad snap.
Bad snap, yep.
And so St. James is on the board with a 2-point safety at 10:42 of this fourth quarter.
Kind of a smart move there, Stan, by not trying to do anything there. Just go ahead and take the safety and play again.
Well, not much you can do in a bad snap. You've got no room to play.
Nope. Yeah, he didn't have any time to get that off, Stan. It was he had to make a quick decision, and he decided to take the safety.
He just kicked that ball out of the end zone. And like you said, live to play another day, but
That's
it does break the shutout.
Yeah.
It's now 21-2. And it looks like the officials are repairing some of the divots out there.
They said, hey, look at our other job.
Yeah. Landscaping work, no doubt. So just underway into the fourth quarter. I do want to remind everybody, Cardinal baseball on the radio side will be coming on right after this. It is a delayed game with the Cleveland Indians. So hope you'll be listening in for that. Salem will be at St. Clair next week. Game 2 before coming back home and starting their SCA schedule. Rick, with all the different things going on with the COVID-19 and stuff, I have no idea how they're going to do the playoffs this year. Some schools aren't even playing.
Yeah, some of them, like you say, some of them have not even started yet.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
I don't know how they're going to do this. And so, you know, I've had people ask me, I said, I really am clueless. I have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, how do you do PowerPoints and a team plays 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, I mean, that's not, and that's not fair to a team that's played
No.
all theirs in, and then this team, for reasons unknown, they don't get to play that many.
Yeah, I don't have solutions to the
I don't
problems.
either. I'm like you. It's I don't know how you're going to be able to do that. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out, I guess, because we're in it right now. O'Connell will punt the ball after the safety. Has to punt the ball by the 20-yard line. St. James puts Maley back there. Also have Snyder back there, and Connell kicks the ball down. It's going to bounce and come down into the hands of Maley at the 37-yard line. Maley gets through the middle, gets knocked down, and goes down at the Salem Tiger 47-yard line. Nice return of about 18 yards.
Yep.
They're actually giving him I was going to say, if they're going to spot him there, that's a real
that's where he
good
ended
spot.
up. Yeah.
But moved the ball back about a yard, 46-yard line. Okay, we've seen St. James bring in a lot of players, and we know that a lot of these guys have, not seen varsity action maybe before, and so this is their first time. But Hutto's back in the game. Coming back in is Wilfong. So we've got those guys back in the game. Now coming in the game also is Dakota Curdy. He's only been in a couple plays, but he's in the game now on the Trips right. Schmidt at quarterback, 1st and 10. He rolls that way. He wants to cut back against the grain, and Salem almost overran it, but they recovered, and he had nowhere to go. Good recovery by the Salem Tigers. They almost over-pursued. That's the big thing when you don't have a lot of game action, Ricky.
You're just not used to it.
Yeah, you see something, it's right there, and all of a sudden somebody reverses trek, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is not practice no more.
Yeah. They didn't do that in practice. Again, trips to the right for St. James, and another flag goes down.
We line up in the neutral zone?
I didn't see anybody line up.
I didn't see anything,
unless
Stan.
they put their head over.
I guess they could have, yeah.
But 5 yards. And then all right, nobody's even close to the line of scrimmage now.
No.
And the snap is back. They give it off to Hutto. Hutto trying to turn that corner. Got some good speed for a big guy, and he gets the first down and more as he goes across the 35-yard line to about the 33. A nice gain of about almost 11 yards. So, Ricky, the safety gives St. James some life.
Yeah.
Now the Tigers have to come up with another big play. That safety came after an interception.
Oh.
Now a low snap. Schmidt gives it off, and a quick dive into the line of scrimmage by number 29, Zachary Ochterberg, which you see we haven't seen a lot of him since the first quarter. Man, he was everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, that's why I said we've seen a lot of kids on both teams. But man, when you got a kid like he was making tackle after tackle, I don't know if I'd have taken him out of the game. Of course, some of these guys have not played maybe this kind of weather before.
True.
Going trips to the left, firing it out and trying to loft it up there for Sparks. He had it, and it was knocked away. Good play.
Good play.
By Mock. Going up there, Sparks waited for that high floating pass, and Mock got over there and just knocked it out of his hands. Good play there by the Tigers, and with 9:03 to go, it'll bring up 3rd and 11. So all of a sudden we went from a running game early to a passing game on every down.
Yeah.
But now 3rd and 11, St. James really has no choice. Schmidt gets it, looking downfield, fires it out, and it is complete and knocked out of bounds. But I think they're very close to a first down. That pass was caught by number 7, Derek Skaggs. But I think he's short by about a yard. Very close, Rick. It's 4th down and 1.
Okay.
But he got knocked out of bounds, and that stops the clock. So everything the Tigers are doing right now is, they're interrupting passes and they're knocking people down, putting them out of bounds, but they are giving St. James more time.
Yeah.
So again, going under center in that triple I, and the ball's loose on the ground. Who's got it? Salem Tigers have it. On a handoff, Caden Camden comes up with it. Second turnover by St. James. That's almost like a lifesaver right there.
Was, yeah. That'll kind of kill the momentum, wasn't it?
Well, it is,
Wow.
and Zachary Ochterberg is the one that lost it. And looked like the handoff just wasn't there. He never did tuck the ball in.
No. And like I said, that was the only second carry he had all night long, too. Yeah, Stan. But I think he might be in there, Stan, because of the Caldwell kid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully that young man's okay, Stan.
Absolutely, yeah. Twice he came up with that, and not good. So the Tigers actually go almost into the bone, and coming up through it all with a nice carry for the Salem Tigers, right up the gut. Coming through there was Atchison.
Wow.
He holds the ball up. Yeah, here it is.
First down.
Yeah, first down. Gain of 11, almost 12.
Well, he come through there in a hurry, didn't he, Stan?
He did, and he looked like he got shot out of a gun, man.
Let me carry the ball.
Well, okay.
Take it. Yeah.
1 fumble, 1 interception for St. James in this game. If Salem can score here, Ricky, you can turn the lights out. It will be over.
I agree.
Tigers stay in that 3-back set and give it to Camden this time. Camden off the right side, still on his feet, turns that corner. Camden down the right side, all the way down the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds across the 50. Or very near the 50, I should say. Can't really say because it's on that far sideline.
Can't see where he went out.
Yeah, he went out about the 48-yard line. And a first down for the Salem Tigers. That's a gain of about 14.
First down, Salem.
Another first down for the Salem Tigers. Rick, that is their 15th in this game. They had 10 at halftime. It might be that, Rick, it looks like St. James's line is starting to wear down.
They are. I think you're right.
Mock goes wide to the right side. Caden Kaufman wide to the left. Tigers back in the I formation as their tight end is back in the game, and they flip it back outside to Camden. Almost didn't get off. Camden on the right side turns that corner to the 40, to the 30, and down the sidelines. He gets knocked out of bounds and then tackled.
Yeah, there's a flag.
At the 24-yard line, about 5 yards out of bounds. What a run all the way from the 48. He ends up to the 25-yard line. That's a 23-yard carry, and then another tackle on top of that. It's going to probably gain him 12 and a half more.
Wow. Yeah, he tackled him way out of bounds, didn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
That was on the Salem bench side. So
actually past the players.
Yeah, well, the players can go all the way to 10 now.
Yeah.
So that penalty of 13 yards will move the ball down to about the 12, Rick.
Woo.
And, Rick, that is 73
73. I knew we was getting close. Still probably 100, yeah. Wow. Wow.
Like I said, Tigers can score here. You can pretty well Katie bar the door. Connell giving off to Atchison. Atchison spins, hangs on to it. He got twirled around, but he'll get inside the 10 to about the 7. That's a good carry.
It was a good. Nice run, Stan.
He sure did get pirouetted, didn't he?
Yeah. Gained about 6, didn't he?
He gained about 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to say, 6.
Give him 6? Wow.
Give him 6.
He got twisted and turned around, Stan, but he kept those feet moving, and for that was a nice 6-yard run.
Eli Newman checks in for Bradley Gover, who will come out. Tigers will go with a longer receiving core. So they'll put Kaufman and Newman wide to the right, Mock to the left. You know, try and get Mock a touchdown here?
Yeah, I would give it a shot.
You give it to Atchison instead, and this time Atchison doesn't get very far as Sparks just got right in his way.
Yeah.
Actually lost a yard, maybe 2. Back to near the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Yeah, Sparks drove through there, Rick, and boy, he upended that whole play.
Yeah, because if he doesn't make that play, Stan, that play may keep going.
Yeah. Well, get him maybe the first down. I'm not sure he'd score, but maybe that first down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made a good play getting in there and then just kind of reached up and just
kind of balled everything up.
Yep. Disrupted the flow. Connell rolls out, wants to throw. He does. To throw the ball, and it is almost intercepted.
It's caught, Stan.
Did he catch it? Yes. Wow. Touchdown. That ball was tipped and ended up in Bradley Gover's hands.
Gover's got that one.
My goodness gracious. I saw the St. James player tip it, Rick. I thought it had gone down, and Gover ends up with the ball.
Wow.
What a play by Bradley Gover. Well, That's a couple of tips tonight, Rick, that caught both of us caught off guard.
True, that one did, yeah.
Yard pass, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
It wasn't quite at the 10.
No.
Gover, because he's celebrating, gets to kick the extra point.
There you go. Whoop, that's
Bad snap. Here goes Malkton on trying to outrun everybody. Throws the ball for a 2-point conversion. It's good.
Oh, no,
He dropped the ball. Oh, that was close.
It was a close. Who was out there, Camden?
From number 15, Garrett Connell, number 32, Gober.
So Bradley Gover.
So 6:17 to go in quarter number 4. Your score, the Salem Tigers
27-2 right now, Rick. 6:17 to go. Do want to tell you, Progressive Ozark Bank's community-focused financial organization that is serving Salem, Licking, Houston, Hartville, and Mountain Grove. They offer a full line of financial services, personal, business, wealth management. They can help you out. Loans, what you're looking for. They got lock boxes, good stuff. Check it out at Progressive Ozark Bank. 729-4146 or stop by 905A West Scenic Grove Boulevard right here in Salem. That's Progressive Ozark Bank.
Yeah.
You know, real value is more than a fair price. It's quality service, experience, and convenience, and that's what you get at Napa Auto Parts. You want a great part at a great price, stop on by and visit with Eddie and the gang there at 604 East Scenic Grove Boulevard. Quality Napa Auto Parts and accessories you can trust. 604 East Scenic Grove Boulevard, 729-4156. Locally owned since 1946. That's a long time ago.
46?
46.
Did you say 1946?
I did. Bradley Gover, a 9-yard pass from Connell. The point after fails, actually a 2-point conversion, but it's actually a point after fails.
Yeah.
It's a bad snap.
Bad snap.
And at 27 is the Salem Tigers score. No scoring in that third quarter, Rick, but here in the fourth quarter, safety, and then the touchdown. I'm glad we got that on film because I want to see that tip and how Bradley got the ball.
How did he end up with that thing? Yeah.
Well, I think I'm not sure who the pass is actually intended for.
I don't either. I think, well, he had,
there was 4
Garrett
guys.
Yeah, and Garrett had so much pressure on him, he just jumped up and let it go. Yeah.
But the St. James player was at the goal line and looked like he had knocked it down, and that's why maybe he just left it hanging in the air, Rick.
Just enough. Yeah.
From our angle, we couldn't really see.
Yeah.
But it must have been up enough for Bradley Gover to grab it. So whether he was behind him and the ball fell back toward him, I don't know. But I'm going to find out tomorrow. It's a nice thing about looking at these later, yeah?
Yeah, John was looking for a replay, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah. Kick by Gover comes down, bounces into the hands of the St. James return man, and Malley will bring it back. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Malley. They changed guys back there.
Oh, they changed them?
Yeah, they did. They put back their number 9, Dakota Curdy. And a flag came in late with 6:12 to go in this one. We will have Cardinal baseball on the radio side at the conclusion of this game. And it looks like face mask against Salem Tigers.
Yeah.
Cardinal game delayed with the Cleveland Indians. Cardinals took it on the chin yesterday, didn't they? I didn't see that.
You don't want to see that.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
So 1st and 10 now, Stan.
I didn't see
At
that.
the 42, 41.
I didn't want to see that.
I don't blame you.
All right. Let's get back to it. Schmidt goes back at quarterback, 2-by-2. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of passes. Instead, they try and flip the inside handoff. Good run there, and a good run across the 50-yard line by the St. James player number 23, and that is Caden Snyder. Caden Snyder with a 9-yard gain, second down and 1. The kid's got some speed. He had returned been back for a couple of returns. I hadn't seen the Curdy boy back there yet tonight, but he got back there and returned that one pretty nicely off that kick.
That kid's got some speed now.
Yeah, he does. 2nd and 1. Back to throw Schmidt on 2nd and 1. Pass down the middle and slipping down on the turf out there. Intended out that way, it looked like, Ricky, for number 27. Chandler Tinsley, if I had the number right.
Looked like he was trying to come back for it, Stan, and his feet slipped out from under him.
Definitely did. We've seen that middle of that field a little bit slippery. Yeah, we have. 5:33 left to go, fourth quarter. Salem up by 25 points. Hand off to Hudo. Hudo trying to get that 1 yard, and the Tigers trying to keep him from getting it. He's very close. I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it either.
He didn't have a good run at this one, a good start at this one.
Yeah.
And it'll bring up fourth down. It's still one.
Number 71, Travis Fulton on the tackle for Salem.
Tigers moving a lot of players in and out, like Camden coming out,
Keep
Maul
some-
coming out,
Keep some guys fresh, yeah.
Kaufman coming out. So a lot of guys, you don't have a lot of action. Like we mentioned, not a lot of chances to play anything with no jamboree and,
True.
none of these other activities Tigers go to, the one in Farmington, a camp in Farmington. So got to get these guys some action.
True.
You never know when you're going to need them.
That's right. That was a nice stop on that last play, stand by Travis Fulton.
Yeah, he stood him right
Yeah,
up.
he did.
Fourth down, the pass is caught, and it's a first down into the middle of the field, and a little extra diving on there, and a first down, a gain of about 8 yards there. The pass goes to number 7, and that's Derek Skaggs. So the ball at the 42-yard line. So we're getting a lot of different players now seeing their first action. You can tell because their socks are white.
4:20
white
here
numbers.
to go and counting, Stan.
Yeah, 4:15.
27-2 Salem.
Coach Howard trying to get in some guys.
Sure.
As Schmidt wants to throw. Looking, has time, fires in the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. Salem Tigers. Jack Keith got back there, and
He had it.
I bet that the quarterback didn't know why number 66 is backing up.
Why is 66 back there?
Yeah. He's a middle linebacker, so he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be there, but
you don't see that number
well,
back there.
I'll be honest with you. There hasn't been a lot of that in the middle by the Salem Tigers
True.
defense tonight.
That's true.
So they've had that wide open, Rick.
Yeah, they have.
2-by-2 on the receiving core. Schmidt wants to throw. Fires it to the left side. Man, it's wide open. And he takes it in. And then for St. James at the 29-yard line, a gain of about 14 and a first down. I believe that went to number 23, Caden Snyder.
Okay.
On the tackle for Salem, number 28, Easton May. First down, St. James.
Ball at the 28-yard line, 3:50 and counting, Rick. Salem will be at St. Clair, take the Bulldogs on. It's been a while since we played the Bulldogs.
True, it has been.
6 years?
I'd say at least. Yeah.
The last game we played up there, was that the monsoon game?
That was the. Yeah.
Oh, no, we did play one on their turf.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we did. That's right, we did.
Back to throw. Schmidt fires it across. Sparks can't handle it through his hands at the 22-yard line. Ball a little bit behind him. Yeah, Rick and I went to St. Clair, probably 10 years ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It absolutely poured, didn't it?
Second game of the year, and their home game, first game, they had put a brand new field in, and it rained, and Salem chomped it up.
Oh, gosh.
And their athletic director was in tears.
Now what am I going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he didn't when they had a game the next week.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know why we put this field back. And then what's the next thing? We came back 2 years later and they had turf. Yeah. Wow. Low snap picked up by Schmidt. He's looking. He's got plenty of time now. Gets a little bit of pressure there. Tigers fire come in and throws high and incomplete. And intended again for Sparks. Schmidt must like Sparks a lot. He's trying to force that one in.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure there. Salem Tigers had two guys in there. One of them, Travis Fulton, almost got to him twice.
He almost got there, yeah. They missed him the first time, then he come back and almost got him again.
Well, don't give up.
Don't give up, yeah.
Salem got a really young team, Rick, when you look at this roster.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a few seniors, but they had a lot of juniors on this team.
True.
Third down. We're going to call it 9, even though it's closer to 10.
True.
I left a little bit early. I didn't see any flag down.
I didn't either.
Pass in the middle, incomplete. Trying to pick it up. Skaggs is trying to sell it. I caught it, man. I caught it on one bounce. That's good. Short hopping it, right?
Short hop it, can't I?
Yeah. Fourth down, and now Still about 10. So Schmidt has thrown the ball a lot. 20 times after throwing it, what, twice in the first half?
Had 6.
6 in the first half?
Yeah. He's put it up 14 times in the second half. So
He definitely has.
yeah.
Been throwing a lot.
Yeah.
Salem Tigers look to go to 1-0 on the season. Be at St. Clair next week and then start their SCA schedule the following week. Don't forget volleyball Tuesday night on KSMORadio.com. That will be streamed and that will be live. Broadcast and videoed. Pass down and ball's up in the air and it is incomplete. Well, you never know anymore.
That's right. I just kept looking for it.
And the Tigers will take over the ball. That was a 4th down play trying to get down inside the 10. And so Salem will take over on downs. And Rick, time to run out the clock.
Yeah, it's time to run the clock out. You're right, Stan. Put some new guys in and run the clock out. Yeah.
Tigers will call their final timeout of the second half, though, as they're going to probably bring in a lot of guys that we haven't seen yet tonight.
Yeah.
So
give some guys a little playing time here.
Right.
They haven't, they've been practicing just like these guys, and give these other guys some playing time if they can.
While they have a timeout with a score 27-2, we'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Radio. And don't forget at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, they give you a fast, convenient way to find a car. You can shop, click, and drive. It's easy. Go to www.fairgroundgm.com. Fairground Auto Plaza at the corner of Fairgrounds Road and Kings Highway in Rolla, where Chevy finds new roads. All right, Rick, this will be a whole new set of people.
Gotcha.
People we have never seen play before, probably.
I'd say you're right.
All right. Well, number 4 quarterback, Caden DuBois, hands the ball off. And Rick, I couldn't tell you who he handed it off to. I can tell you this, it didn't go anywhere. It was a loss of 1.
Okay.
Stand in that huddle as long as you can, guys.
Yeah, because we got to get these guys in as we can.
Yeah. All right, back in that I formation. Du Bois flipping it back out to the outside and trying to turn the corner. Number 23 of the Salem Tigers. And that is Jacob Bender. Bender, a freshman. And he'll lose about 5. Back near the 20-yard line. So no positive yards yet there, Rick, by the second team.
Okay.
Well, you stand around all night and then you get in the last 2 minutes.
Like, holy cow, here we go.
Yeah. And you're playing against their first team. Du Bois rolls to his right. He wants to throw the ball. He does. He completes it to number 44, the Salem Tigers, for a first down. 14 for a first down. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a first down. Back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay. About 10 yards, isn't it?
Yeah, Tatum Barton. That's like 13 yards.
Okay.
They'll bring a 4th down. It's still about 8. O'Connell will come in to punt with 1:15 to go. I was looking at the sticks, and I thought, wait a minute. Can't be a first down. I mean, he didn't throw it that far.
Yeah. You said that was Tatum Barton, Steve?
Yeah, Tatum Barton.
Okay.
O'Connell comes in to punt. Nobody falls back for St. James. It's not like he's going to fake it. The snap is a good one finally, and he gets off a decent kick. And actually, St. James player almost runs into the ball, and it finally goes out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That's a really good kick. St. James player running back with the Tiger player and almost ran right into the ball. 46 seconds left. Salem will go to 1-0 on the season. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for who is here. Nice crowd on hand, Rick, for the opening night. And again, next week at St. Clair, please, before you go, contact the school to see what their voucher program is. I cannot tell you anything because their athletic director never got back to us at KSMO, so we can't tell you anything.
Yeah.
So we do not know. And so you'll have to contact Salem R80 School. Please contact the high school, 729-6641, and ask for Clay or ask for Coach Carr. Well, he may still be quarantined.
Or Mr. Prue.
Mr. Prue, somebody that can help you.
Yeah.
If they know yet, I'm not quite sure. So please do that before you go to St. Clair thinking you're going to get in the game, because
just make sure that you call the high school.
That's it. It's just going to be a voucher
just call the Salem
system.
High School and let's find out from them. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're not trying to scare anybody off, but I just don't want you to drive all that way for nothing.
True.
Back to try and run this game out. Schmidt tosses it back outside to number 8, and Mr. Wilfong gets the first down. Kind of a late toss there, but nice gain all the way up to the 48-yard. That's 11 yards on the first down.
Gotcha.
Clock is running. I'm sure St. James would like to get on the board one more time.
Give it one try, huh?
Yeah. Caldwell did not come back in the game, Rick, and that's good.
No, I don't think, he didn't need to be.
Back to throw, firing deep down the field, and the ball is off the fingertips on a timing effort there by number 7, Derek Skaggs. That's better than the short hop, I'll tell you that one. That was a heck of a try. He got it on the fingertips, but he couldn't hold on to it.
I just can't reach it,
Right, but there's a flag down, Rick, with 12 seconds to go.
Wow.
You'd think.
At the line of scrimmage.
A personal foul against Salem. Personal foul against St. James.
Maybe a little extracurricular?
Yeah, just trying to vent a little bit. Just venting. 27-2, Salem on top. This one's about to be closed out.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it at home or on the road or wherever you might be, watching on your phone, your laptop, your smart TV,
computer,
listening to KSMO, listening to the audio on the stream, whatever it is, guys. We hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back again next week. We're going to try and do it again, Rick.
Yeah. Hopefully we got off to a bad start, but we got through it.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't miss anything.
No, we didn't.
Back to throw Schmidt one more time. He's got all the time in the world. Fires it across and incomplete with 3 seconds left. Du Bois got in there, gave him a little bit of pressure, and he finally had to throw the ball.
Yeah, he was coming, wasn't he?
Third down, 3 seconds to go. Used to be a time operator I know would let that click down, man.
There wouldn't be no 3 seconds, I guarantee you now.
Yeah.
Started a little quick and ended a little late. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
It's over.
Yeah. Well, 3 seconds. One more play, third down from the 47-yard line. And Schmidt is going to run it right up the middle, and he'll get across the 50, and that's it. Taken down there by the Tigers. And getting it for the Salem Tigers is Jack Keith. Brought him down, and Salem wins it by a final score of 27-2. We'll come back in 2.5 minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Radio. Salem Tigers, they win it 27-2 over the St. James Tigers. Salem Tigers got 2 touchdowns from Devin Atchison, 1 running, 1 receiving. Caden Camden. Well, I already got called Caden Kaufman, Caden Camden. So Caden Camden with a 4-yard run touchdown, and then Bradley Gover, a 9-yard pass from Connell. The Salem Tigers scoring, and a safety as Connell on a punt. Ball was snapped badly and just kicked the ball out of the end zone. That's the only points the St. James Tigers were able to accomplish in this game as Salem Tigers win it and go to 1-0 in the season, 27-2, and they will be at St. Clair next Friday night. And again, there's that voucher program. Again, if you're interested in going to the game, you do need to call the high school. John Smith just said that here on the intercom, 729-6641 to find out about those vouchers. We have no other information to pass on to you about that, so please do that if you're interested in going. Again, the final score here for the